Another SmackDown in the books, guys. We are in the heart of WrestleMania time. We are going to be watching WrestleMania 24 hours from now, and I cannot wait. Night one is going to be super fun, super exciting. We got the final John Cena and Cody Rhodes segment of the year, it seems like. And then we also got Seth Rollins starting off the show. Guys, let's get into everything that happened on Friday Night SmackDown in Las Vegas the night before night one of WrestleMania 41. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another edition of Road to Ringside. My name is Justin Winterhoff, and guys, stick around for this episode because there is some crazy update news that I have to break for you guys, and I'm very sad about it. We will talk about it a little bit later. But before the video starts, guys, hit the like button if you think we're going to be seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 41. Obviously, he was on the Pat McAfee show today, and obviously they were trying to ask him those questions if he's going to be on the WrestleMania show or not. He did not answer. Of course, he didn't. But guys, like the video if you think we're going to see him. I know we are for sure. Guys, comment down below the word yes if you're going to be getting together with your friends and your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever the case may be, to watch WrestleMania 41. I know I'll be with my girlfriend and my friends. It's going to be a fun time. I can't wait. This is going to be such a great next 3 days, guys. I can't wait. So comment the word yes if you're going to be hanging out with people watching WrestleMania 41. All right, starting off the night, we get Seth Rollins and his final promo before the triple threat match he has with CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and of course, Paul Heyman is involved in that as well. And guys, Seth was really just trying to preach heart and soul and his care, his deep love and passion for the WWE. And he was showing us why Roman and CM Punk do not care for the company like he does. He really wants everyone to be on his side. And I love that he's coming with this aspect. It's really good because he's so right. CM Punk has been gone from the company for 10 years, and then he decides to come back after they throw a ton of money at him. And then, guys, Roman Reigns does not like us, okay? Roman Reigns does not like the WWE fans. He does not care about us whatsoever, but we still sit here and we acknowledge him. Why do we keep doing that if he doesn't want anything to do with us? He's like a toxic ex-girlfriend. Like, why are we going back to him every single time? And I loved when Seth brought up the Shield, and of course he name dropped Dean Ambrose, which was pretty crazy. Everyone started cheering for that. But guys, the Shield is the origin of Seth Rollins as the WWE superstar we know today, because he was actually brought in along with Roman Reigns, along with Dean Ambrose, to be the Shield for CM Punk. Guys, the fact that we are talking about this 11 years after this happened is such fantastic storytelling. And that just goes to show how hot the WWE has been for a long time. And we are getting a really great ending of a storyline, and maybe even a new beginning between a Roman and Seth Rollins feud. Because, guys, I do think CM Punk is going to be winning this match. But ultimately, we shall see about that. And, guys, I can't wait for this match. It's going to be such a great time. So we'll see how it goes 24 hours from now. Next up, we got the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And, guys, this was such a fun time. My goodness, I loved all the initial interactions. Ron Killings eating the apple from Carlito and then accidentally spitting it on the Miz. This is just great storytelling, and I love when they do stuff like this. So you love to see it. I know the Andre the Giant Battle Royal used to be a WrestleMania entity, but obviously they decided to get rid of it, and now it is a day before WrestleMania, and they put on SmackDown, which is great. I loved every second of it, but I must say I was so sad to see Karrion Kross, Chad Gable, and Austin Theory get eliminated. I really thought that they had, I thought they were going to give them their opportunity they deserved, but you know what? Karrion Kross's time is coming. Austin Theory's time is coming. And, of course, we got El Grande Americano that came in at the end, and he interrupted the match, and he actually got Rey Fenix eliminated, and then it came down to Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, which was so sick, man. This was part 7 or part 8 of them, and I think this was a great way to cap off the rivalry, and we got to see Carmelo Hayes finally get a push that he deserves. He absolutely deserves this. He is such a great talent in the company, and I love the path that he's on with The Miz, and of course, The Miz went up to him afterwards, congratulated him and whatnot. So that was really cool to see. And I just loved every second of this match, guys. This was such a great time. And Carmelo Hayes, I hope from now moving forward, you get the biggest push ever. You deserve it. And I hope to see you at the top of the company very soon, my friend. All right, moving on. We got the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine Guns. And this is typical how this ended, but let's start off from the beginning. The crowd wasn't so lit for the Street Profits, man. I'm kind of disappointed by that. I mean, their theme song is so good. The little whatever. I love that, man. Like, they got to get more lit for these guys. They work so hard. They have been trying for 4 years to get these tag titles. They finally got them, and they have a ton of aura. So we got to give them the respect they deserve. I love this match. It was such a great, it was masterful technique from both teams. The Motor City Machine Guns are a well-oiled machine. They've been doing this for such a long time. And also the Street Profits, they've been together for such a long time. And they did a great job. I love the match up until, of course, just like clockwork, DIY comes in and interferes. And then we get to find out from Nick Aldis after DIY interrupts the match. It goes into a DQ and they steal the titles. Nick Aldis gets the titles back, and we find out that this match is not going to be in WrestleMania. And I'm honestly sickened by that. I am truly sickened by that. And it's going to be a TLC match for the tag titles on a freaking SmackDown next week. Dude, how do you fumble the bag this hard? I really am disappointed about that. But guys, that's just how it goes. You know, it's going to be a great match to watch on SmackDown next week, of course, but I would have loved to see this in WrestleMania. It's a TLC match, for Christ's sakes. You know, it is what it is. You move on. But guys, the Street Profits deserve to get the applause that they need. I think that they're going to probably win the TLC match. They got to keep, you know, putting them over. So we'll see what happens with that. I love the match regardless. And moving on, we had a kind of combining two segments here. We got the Charlotte vignette with Wade Barrett, where they kind of discussed what happened the week prior. And then also on the later in the night, Wade Barrett interviewed Tiffany Stratton. Basically, both women saying, you know what, that went a little too far in Chicago. I kind of regret how that went and whatnot. But ultimately, it needed to happen because people are now talking about this match, and it's a match that people are excited to see, such as myself. So they kind of discussed it. It seems like their beef is squashed, but of course, they still have to put on a match, and we are going to be seeing who wins the women's world title. All right, next up, we got the Rhea, Io, and Bianca segment. Of course, I was so shocked to see Bianca coming out to massive boos. It seemed like this Las Vegas crowd just wanted to boo. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but man, they just wanted to boo everybody. And it was kind of interesting to see that they were booing Bianca Belair. I couldn't believe that. And she was kind of shocked by it as well. So I do suspect we're going to be seeing a Bianca heel turn pretty shortly, because that's just kind of where it seems to be pointing towards. So I'm not upset about that whatsoever. I still think Bianca has a really good chance of winning this match. She's definitely the favorite in my opinion. So we'll see what happens there. But guys, we got Naomi and Jade Cargill coming and interrupting the segment completely. It was kind of awkward, but of course, I think they were trying to, you know, they had 3 hours to work with. I think they're trying to combine segments here. And ultimately, we got Naomi and Jade going at it in the ring. We got Rhea and Bianca going at it. And then Io Sky's just there as usual. Io Sky is just there as usual, just chilling. And then she does a backflip off the top rope and then lands on him. And then she's the one pointing at the WrestleMania sign at the end. So, guys, I would not be surprised here if Io Sky retains the title, because she seems to be a background player in this situation. And Bianca and Rhea are so hungry and desperate for that title that Io Sky can just come in, swoop in, and win that match. But I still think Bianca should win the title, because it does set up a possible good storyline with her and Jade Cargill and or Naomi. So we'll see how that goes. Moving on, we got the Randy Orton segment. He just came out, man. He just came out pissed. He came out ready to go, and he has issued an open challenge at WrestleMania. This is sort of reminiscent of the Seth Rollins open challenge that he did at WrestleMania 38, where Cody Rhodes made his return, and it was a huge ordeal. This is definitely not going to be something like that. I do suspect we're going to be getting a Rusev type character coming in, maybe no, Aleister Black. We'll talk about him later. But I think maybe it'd be a Rusev. He is in Vegas currently, and he is under contract with the WWE. He is actually wrestling an event on Saturday for a indie promotion, and then of course he's probably set to make his debut on Raw after WrestleMania. But guys, this might be a Rusev type situation here. But man, I've been talking about it multiple times. I'd love to see Nick Aldis come out there. I'd love to see the final boss out there. I cannot wait to see who the secret opponent is. It could be Stone Cold. No, I don't think it'll be Stone Cold. But guys, this would be a really cool thing to see, and I'm very excited about night 2. But night 1's gonna be just as fun. But I can't wait to see who Randy Orton is going up against. It'll be a fun time. Next up in the episode, we got Zelina going up against Chelsea, which I found out that actually last week was accidental. Chelsea Green got basically disqualified for staying outside the ring too long. And you know that's true because she started off the match the exact same way she started it last week, where she threw her kind of her dress as Zelina and kicked her. So this is reminiscent of how it started last week. So I think they had the match they were supposed to have last week. And guys, it's a great match. Chelsea, I think Chelsea needs a massive push. I would love to see Chelsea Green go up against Tiffany Stratton at some point in time for that heavyweight title. I think that would be a sick matchup because they're so similar, but they're so different at the same time, if that makes sense. So I can't wait to see something like that happen for Chelsea Green. She definitely deserves it. And I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a title match myself. I wasn't really paying attention too much, but it was not a title match. It was just a straight up match. And Zelina Vega won. She won with a moonsault with Chelsea in her arms off of the top rope. That was really cool to see. It was a great move to end it. And Zelina Vega might be getting a push for that U.S. title. So we'll see what happens with that. It was a good match overall. Glad to see Chelsea getting some time on the screen along with Zelina Vega. All right, next up, man. Oh, this one's tough. This one's so tough to talk about because I'm sure everyone is aware that Rey Mysterio got injured at some point in the match. I didn't see exactly where or when, but he literally had to be carried out of the arena. I'm very, very sad. I hope that he's okay. I hope that he still has a WrestleMania match tomorrow. I can't, man, I'm just sick to my stomach about it. But ultimately, if that's the case, we do have the possibility of Dragon Lee and or Rey Fenix stepping in. This is up to the WWE to decide. I'm sure we'll find out first thing tomorrow morning what's going to be going on. But man, if El Grande Americano, not Chad Gable, can come out and improv a match at WrestleMania with one of these two guys, this is going to mean that El Grande Americano, not Chad Gable, is going to need a massive freaking push. And I will sit every day in this chair, turn this camera on until he gets a title shot because that is so good of somebody to do. They better not swerve it. They better not screw El Grande Americano out of a WrestleMania match. But if they do, I wouldn't be upset with that Street Profits TLC match in that place. But of course, you got to choreograph something like that for weeks before you can even, I don't know. It's gonna be really crazy what happens. We're gonna find out tomorrow, or I mean, if you're watching this tomorrow, we're gonna find out today what's going on with that. So of course, I want to say this: the Creed brothers deserve to be on SmackDown. They would add a really, really great portion of themselves in the tag team division of SmackDown. I think the Creed brothers deserve a shot at the tag titles on the SmackDown brand because honestly, they're just kind of lacking in the Raw brand. And I would not mind the split from Chad Gable at this point. I want to see Chad Gable on his own, man. I want to see Chad Gable on his own getting IC title shots, getting US title shots. I want to see Chad Gable do his own thing and not have a crew around him. But of course, we'll have to see where it goes from there. But I love the Creed brothers on the SmackDown brand. And I just want to say the lucha aspect of Dragon, Phoenix, and Rey Mysterio, oh man, it's so good. But you know what, guys? People are upset because they are upset that Rey Fenix seems to be getting the LWO treatment as a Latino wrestler, as a lucha, and he's getting thrown in the LWO. But guys, this just meshes really, really well with his style. I mean, this is just kind of, what else are you going to do? I mean, you could have him be a separate guy like Andrade, but like he's a lucha. Okay, he's a lucha, and the LWO just makes perfect sense for him at this point in time. I don't suspect he'll be a huge part of that moving forward, but I think that this is a good place to start with him, and that's just is what it is. Don't get upset about it, guys. It makes sense, and it works. We just witnessed a great six-man tag team match, and he killed it in the Battle Royal. So let's hold on the judgment, let him cook, and let's see what happens with him and the LWO. All right, we got LA Knight going up against Solo Sikoa, and this ultimately turned into a tag team match, adding Jacob Fatu, adding Braun Strowman. And guys, LA Knight cuts the dopest promo prior to this match before Solo even comes out, just letting everyone know that he is going to be winning the U.S. title at WrestleMania. And he took out Tama Tonga before the show. I guess it was like right before the show actually started. He slammed his arm into a Tesla door, and Tama Tonga had to be taken to the hospital. So that's pretty cool. LA Knight is trying to take out everybody that he can in order to have a clean match with Jacob Fatu so he can win the right way. Love that, and I love the promo that he did. And in this match with him and Solo, there was a lot of focus on the abdomen. So does this ruin his chances for tomorrow? Is there going to be some focus on the abdomen? Not really sure, but, he seemed to be fine after the match. But, of course, he definitely had some kind of issue with his abdomen due to Solo Sikoa just focusing on that area. But, of course, like I said, we got Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman entering themselves in the match, and it turned into a tag team. And then we did get to see LA Knight and Braun Strowman ultimately win the match. So I love seeing things like this because it really adds a dynamic to these guys that you didn't know they had. So it's exciting. I love seeing it. hopefully we get a great match between LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, and it goes real good and it's precise and it's just something that the crowd is really into. But LA Knight's so over, and so is Jacob Fatu. I don't suspect it'll be a boring match. It's going to be a great freaking time. All right, and moving on to the final segment, guys. The final segment, we got John Cena and Cody Rhodes, the final part. And I am truly, my jaw was on the ground because, guys, John Cena is going into his 20th WrestleMania, and this is his 12th title match at WrestleMania as well. But that wasn't the thing that shocked me. The thing that shocked me is that after John Cena was done talking, they were cheering for him. It was, he said some great things, right? He had an angle, that other wrestlers, the way he's retiring is very noble of him. It's very unselfish, because he says that other wrestlers, they retire and then they keep coming back and they keep coming back and they keep coming back for one more match. So the fact that he's retiring this way, it is truly unique. And I do agree, it does take a lot of heart and substance to do it the way he's doing it, because he's completely done, it seems like, after this. So that's impressive. And I love that he called out other wrestlers, called them cowards, basically. And he also called out the fans like he always does, but he told Cody Rhodes that he was naive. He told Cody Rhodes that you're a naive guy. You don't see any of this yet. You're young and you're at the top of the world, and you're playing into these fans' hands. But it really just goes to show how right John Cena is, because as soon as Cody Rhodes started talking, the crowd starts booing the bejesus out of him. And I mean, I think Cody Rhodes was extremely shocked, and so was John Cena. John Cena's like, you hear that? These people will turn on you any second. They don't even know what they want, dude. You're just here and you're just playing, you're cosplaying. It was so crazy that they were booing Cody Rhodes. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think they were expecting this at all. But that's the beauty of it, right? And again, the crowd, they were just booing. They were just booing tonight, and it was just one of those things. And they were booing whoever they wanted to boo, and it was just fine. But then, guys, we escaped the bullet here. Cody Rhodes gets booed, and then he destroys John Cena. Absolutely desecrates John Cena. Calls him old, tell him his skin's melting. I mean, dude, he went absolutely berserk on this, and this was a really good way to save his ass, because now he was being cheered. They did the Cody Rhodes European chant. He saved his ass so big time here. I was like, oh my gosh, he did it. So I think that's why Cody Rhodes is our champion, guys, because he can talk himself out of any situation, and he did exactly that tonight. And guys, I cannot wait for this match on night 2. It's going to be so exciting. And this is going to determine for the next year what the direction the company is going to be going. If we see Cody Rhodes win, we're going to see him hold the title till next WrestleMania for sure. But if Cena wins, we're going to be seeing some crazy stuff. Definitely him going up against someone like CM Punk. I see it very, very soon in the future, guys. So that was a great segment. And of course, it ended with a little brawl between Cena and Cody hit him with the crossroads. And that was it. So, and Cena got a haircut. Looks cool. All right, guys, overall thoughts on the episode and also this weekend. Aleister Black is going to be debuting on 4/25, which is next week's SmackDown. So we will be seeing Aleister Black. That's going to be adding a really, really nice component to the SmackDown men's division that's absolutely needed. So I can't wait to see that. And I'm really hoping for an amazing night 1. I want him to finish off strong. And guys, of course, we hope to God Rey Mysterio is okay and able to compete. I really hope he can make it happen, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Rey Mysterio. I hate to see it. I hate to say it, but guys, tomorrow is the best day ever. It's the start of WrestleMania. And then, of course, we got 3 days straight. We got night 1, night 2, and then Raw after WrestleMania. It is going to be a great weekend. I can't freaking wait. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning into another edition of Road to Ringside. My name is Justin Winterhoff, guys. And if you haven't already, please like the video. Please comment on the video, and please subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Please interact with the content. You guys know the drill. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. We will be reviewing it all and talking about it very soon. Have a good one. Enjoy WrestleMania 41.